Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our TLC post show, and I am joined by my brothers. Welcome back. It's been a while, but Champ Creed is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, Champ?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I know it's been a long time no see, but I just had to get a few things in order. Going into 2016, we got some really, really big plans for the show. And listen, can't complain about what's going on in the world of combat sports. It's really, really going to turn up and be crazy.
Man, we got the godfather of the program, Mr. Glenn Thomas. What's up, Glenn?
Not too much, man. I'm excited about what's getting ready to happen. I'm excited about TLC. The pay-per-view didn't let me down. It kept me motivated.
Man, Keith said it. I'm gonna start right there. Combat sports. We know last night, huge night in UFC. Conor McGregor knocked out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. We also saw a new champion, Luke Rockhold. But tonight, Roman Reigns. You're talking about combat. I mean, after losing, he looked better tonight than he's looked all year, in my opinion, when he beat down Triple H. Guys, what y'all thought?
Yo, I'm gonna start right there. I think that's people, as the Wizard would hear, he always says it. Let the storyline play out. The storyline is finally playing out for Roman Reigns. Fans are cheering him. He has evolved, and he's had an evolution, if I want to say, since the Royal Rumble last year. And the evolution of Roman Reigns has been great. Roman Reigns, if you look at it, has came from a guy that everybody was booing at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year, the last pay-per-view, everybody is cheering Roman Reigns. What a 12 months for Roman Reigns, and he's not even a champion. He's the chase. But what I saw, maybe y'all guys saw something different. It looks like Roman Reigns, Triple H, WrestleMania 32.
You know what? I don't think that would be a bad idea. And what is it? What a time to be Irish. You got Sheamus retaining his title. You got Conor McGregor winning and unifying his title. And like you mentioned at the top of your statement, last year, Royal Rumble, the guy was booed out of the building. End of the year, finally, he gets over. And I don't call him Roman Reigns anymore. I'm calling him Savage Reigns because he was a savage in the ring. He was a beast. He took everyone out. And that's the attitude and the fire that the fans wanted to see. And if he can continue to do that and come out and give that babyface fire that Stone Cold always talks about on his podcast, I think we're going to be really excited. And listen, if it does happen that he faces Triple H at Mania, it kind of like takes him away from the chase, but gives him something meaningful, and it actually gives way to somebody else returning and coming back and maybe going for the strap. But you ain't hear that. You ain't hear that from me.
I just want to put this out there real quick. I don't know if you can see this, but this is what Triple H just tweeted, and he said it's a picture of him holding a gun.
Oh, what?
Says, yeah, Roman. Oh, sorry, never mind. I've been had. I should know better.
They trolled you.
Yeah, they got me. The name said Triple H, but the handle certainly didn't. It just said, "Don't come for me on Raw." But that's the thing. I'm looking forward to Monday Night Raw. I was you guys know how I felt about Survivor Series. Didn't necessarily feel like I wasn't too excited about it, but meaning the night after. Tonight, I'm excited for Raw tomorrow night because of the way this one ended. The way Triple H went out there and took a beating, trying to get Roman, to calm down. Roman just completely lost it. And that's the thing. I've been wanting to see that for the longest time. Been wanting to see an aggressive side out of Roman Reigns. I looked at the beginning of this match, and he was chanting for Cena. And it was like, okay, that's not good. But then you also got to remember it isn't Boston. It isn't Cena's hometown. So I was trying not to look too much into that. But nonetheless, I feel that he found a way because he put on a good match. I felt this match was a lot better than the main event at Survivor Series, and we've seen an improvement from Roman Reigns. But the chase, I think this is going to make people finally start to really gather the sympathy factor. Although I would not have been upset if he had won, Glenn.
No, I wouldn't have been upset if Roman Reigns would have won because, I mean, leading up to it, the match, the way that it went and the way that it transpired, if he would have won, it would have been great. I had my kids watching here, my son jumping up and down, my daughter, they thought Roman Reigns would actually get it. And when he lost, my son fell down. I think a tear came in his eye, a la a la Denzel Washington from Glory, just one teardrop. Crying, dude, man, get up out of here, man. It's hashtag storyline. You go to bed, get ready for school this week. But anyway, it was good storyline. It drew people in. You know what I'm saying? It drew my wife, who's not a hardcore wrestling fan. It drew her in even to cheer for Roman Reigns to get the title. And you know what? That's what you want from a story. It got you emotionally involved. It got you caught up, and it just let you down. And Roman came out whole in this thing. You know what I'm saying? He came out whole. Sheamus came out whole. The League of Nations still came out strong. So it is not a bad thing going into the new year as Sheamus being the world WWE champion, Roman Reigns still chasing. And we'll get into the later about the other new champion that we got, which I think is great. You know what I'm saying? I think that one is a good title change. We'll see who runs for Sheamus' title here in the near future. I got an idea who it may be, but I'm gonna come back to that a little bit later.
Yeah, certainly, man. But now, let's go right into that. Dean Ambrose winning the Intercontinental Champion. Surprised, not surprised, fellas?
I'm not surprised. I think he put in his work. I think the timing is right. I think that you can have actually he and Kevin Owens, they can go back and forth with it for a while. Like I said, as long as it makes sense to me, I don't have a problem with it, and it seems like it makes sense. I like the match itself. It wasn't too spot fest or too spot happy. The match told a story. And when you got two guys that are considered mechanics or hands or whatever that have a little bit of charisma to them, you get something good. So I can't complain about it. I like the outcome.
I like Dean Ambrose actually winning the match because it sets up, as I was alluding to earlier, it sets up now in my eyes what I think is going to transpire is now you got Kevin Owens who can go after Sheamus for the WWE title, which I think will be great TV, hard booking. He loses the IC title. Yes, he may get his rematch with Dean Ambrose, and we know that WWE doesn't always give rematches. But I like to see Kevin Owens and Sheamus go at it. Who else do we have right now? Roman Reigns may continue to fight, but I think Roman Reigns is going after right now, going after Triple H. So I would like to see Kevin Owens. Remember, we got the Rumble coming up, right? So you got the Rumble coming up. You got 30 guys to put in this Rumble, have to put in this Rumble. You may have a title match at Royal Rumble. You may not have a title match at Royal Rumble. Hopefully we will.
Hold on, wait. Are there even 30 active guys on a roster that are healthy right now?
Well, they'll make 30. Yeah, we got guys like Tyson. We got guys, not Tyson Kidd. We got guys like Zack Ryder. You got Adam Rose. You got guys that don't have a chance of winning to be in the 30-man roster. But they'll fill out 30 guys in there. I mean, you still got Rhino. We got Tommy Dreamer. You still got some of those guys that's hanging around that can be thrown into the Rumble where they don't have a chance. Now, this Rumble right here may be the Rumble that's one of the most you can look at it two ways. It's open, and then it can be unbelievable just because of the fact of the guys that I named who may be in the Rumble because of the injury.
Yeah.
So you can look at it two different ways. And then, like I said, we may have a lot of surprises. I got 3 names that may come back at the Rumble, if not sooner. And that's one of them. Yes.
He must win it. Bottom line. You can't go no other direction. He has to win the Royal Rumble if he comes back. And reports out there saying that one report is saying Daniel Bryan is near leaving WWE, retiring. Another report is saying he's compromising. One thing I say, he loves the business. He's going to protect it to where he can. So I ain't believing nothing until it happens.
Well, look at this. Wouldn't it be poetic if he does return? Sheamus retains, then they can go with the storyline of how, that one kick, transformed his career.
How about that?
That to me, that would be a very intriguing storyline because had it not been for that moment, we wouldn't have what we have now.
All right. You may not have what you have now. So that one kick did make a difference. Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, the turnaround. Nobody wanted to see that match last year at Royal Rumble. WrestleMania, where it was being rumored to happen. But this year, I think many people would pay for it just because the strap is on the line. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I can't say strap. The WWE title is on the line.
I always said this: if I got to see Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, this is the only way I want to see it. For with Sheamus going in as champion, Daniel Bryan walking out as champion. That's the only way I want to see it. It'd be third time for Daniel Bryan. Third time is the charm.
But then where would that put Brock Lesnar though?
I mean, he could be in the wings waiting. He could face it off.
He won't be in the wings waiting. Not WrestleMania 32.
No, what I'm saying as far as the title, but in the meantime, he'll be wrestling somebody. That part, Kevin Owens, big man. I don't know.
Yeah, you got a lot. There's a lot of pieces within the next few months, and into the road to WrestleMania. As Renee Young and the panel, everybody alluded to, Michael Cole and Jerry King Lawler alluded to all night long. It's going to be a fun ride after the new year.
One thing I can say is the story ain't what it was planned in August for WrestleMania. It's certain. I'm pretty sure they done scrapped the books and started rewriting.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think there's been some match maybe where Seth Rollins' role is at. It's been rewritten. I think the Brock, the Undertaker, maybe Sting. I think all that is staying. Of course, with Alberto Del Rio, nobody could have picked that Alberto Del Rio is going to be back in August. That thing has changed a little bit. The Sheamus thing. So I give it 50-50. Half of it's changed, half of it hasn't changed.
All right.
With the women's and the women division can still be the same.
You must have been right thinking where I was thinking, because that's what I was getting ready to go to next. Charlotte retains her Divas Championship, but she did it in a way that was very Flair-like. And how do you guys feel about this new attitude that she's bringing upon?
Go
ahead, G.
I like it. I like it because if you looked at the match, and I looked at it not just for her wrestling, she's starting to do a lot of antics that her father did in the ring. Her characteristics, her body movement, her hands, her playing that Carol Lee heel role. Everybody talks about a lot. I enjoy it because you need that. And you need that in the Divas. Let's be honest. For about a year, 2 years, or maybe since Total Divas came out, you couldn't really define who the heel was and who was a babyface when it came to the Divas division. Everybody was everybody was just in between, or tweeners. So now you're getting a solidified heel, you're getting a solidified babyface, you're getting and you got those tweeners like Team Bad. You know what I'm saying? They know who they are. And so I can deal with that because now I understand it's separate right now and they're moving in the right direction. I like Charlotte. She has a lot of dance partners. I think Paige should be done right now and should move on to the next dance partner, whether it's Becky Lynch or Sasha Banks, which is money.
Yeah, I'm not looking at anything until it's Sasha for the title at Mania. That's it.
Sasha for the title at Mania?
Yep.
I like it. But this match I enjoyed a lot more than I did the one at Survivor Series. I just felt that this, because now you have a new attitude with Charlotte, it's making me want to see her more, because okay, what else is she gonna do? How else is she gonna be like her dad? Before, she was just kind of like the Girl Scout, good girl, come out, hey, how you doing, this, that, and the other. Didn't really seem to have any oomph to her. Now she does. And Keith, I know you said you were to see Sasha at Mania. Did you get a chance to check out the pre-show with her and Becky Lynch?
No, I missed it. I didn't see that.
You, Glenn?
Yeah, I checked it out. Very good match. Yeah, I like the way the young ladies really worked in the ring. I like the false finish. I like how the backstabber into the bank statement, how Becky Lynch stood up, and they told a good story. That match didn't need to be on the pre-show. You could put Ryback and Rusev on the pre-show and put that match on the main card, in my opinion. And that's just what I'm saying. Nothing against Ryback and Rusev, but I thought those two young ladies put on a better match than Ryback and Rusev.
I agree. I just felt like with Sasha being the hometown person of the night, clearly with John Cena being there in Boston, why not? And I understand you still want to get the pre-show over, still want people to enjoy it, but no, I felt like that match should have been it deserved a rightful spot on the card, because like you said, you knew you was gonna get a good wrestling match, and the story tells itself. Just because you having a former PCB member versus a current Team Bad member, and we know they can work. We saw the type of matches, which I thought until Sasha versus Bailey at NXT Brooklyn, I thought Sasha and Becky Lynch had the best best match period of 2015 when they wrestled at one of the takeovers during the summer. But clearly, the thing is about Team Bad. You know, you look at them and it's just the way they work together. It's like New Day. The more and more they work, the more fun it gets. And I'm hoping to see on Raw some more of New Day and Team Bad coming together. Did you get a chance to check that out last Monday, Keith?
No, listen, I'm just coming back in.
Okay.
I don't know if you listened to our show, to the radio program on Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. But I said I'm not checking back in until it's Rumble time.
Okay.
But I just happened to have some free time, and I said, you know what? Let me fire up this old WWE app for $9.99 since I got it, and let me see what TLC's. And you know what? I didn't know that TLC was actually tonight until I saw someone post on a Wrestling Realm on Facebook, and then I saw a conversation generated about it. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and check it out, and it was interesting enough, and I had the time to call in, and I just wanted to contribute. I like what Roman is doing. With the Diva division, I like the fact that now you're seeing Charlotte pull off some of her old daddy's antics. And, I mean, as a show within itself, I'm just disappointed that I missed Kalisto because I heard he put on a pretty solid performance as well.
Yeah. If you get there, man, the ladder match was pretty good. The ladder match, it wasn't Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian. And I'm glad they didn't try to do that. But they went out there and they put on a match that they do. Xavier Woods on the microphone is always great. He has a career. If he doesn't want, if wrestling's not his thing anymore, he can definitely be on the mic. You know, Big E knew his role. He was the muscle. Kofi knew his role. Just be the dynamic guy on the ladder and take the bumps, and not only hard bumps, but some of the safe bumps, and you know, and let's get it done. The Usos put on a great show. Some of the matches they did, some of the things they did. The spot with Kalisto and I believe it was Jey Uso from the top of the ladder. You know, could have broke his neck, could have broke his back. But it was a good spot, and they sold it. You know, and they went out there. Every time you give the Usos the opening match, you're in trouble because these guys go out there and they set the bar high, and they use what they was given, and that was ladders. And they use the ladder. You know, they use the ladders. And which, you know, when you deal with matches, table ladders and chairs, every match got that. You got to see something different. And they gave us something different from the opening match and set the tone for the rest of the night.
Certainly. When I watched the match. Whoa, was that echo? Just watching the match, I really enjoyed it. It was something that I was looking forward to anyway. But the way, like you said, they didn't try to do the Attitude Era style, but they gave us what they could, and that was their match. In addition, you saw the thing I like about Woods. One of the things he did, he was on commentary, and he just said, "Wait a minute." And he saw his team was in trouble. He said, "Wait a minute. This is this is a no disqualification match." And he just gets up, and then he just goes and grabs the trombone and he throws it. And shout out to Dr. D. It said the greatest illegal weapon ever when he threw the trombone at one of the Lucha Dragons. So it's just the little things that they do. And I remember when when you hit me up when New Day first made their debut, it was like, okay, let's see how this works. You know, let's see let's wait and see. And now it's one of the most over things in the company.
Yeah, we I think the most disappointing debut since we've been doing this show was when Brodus Clay came back. Listen, I was in the Harrah's Hotel on the Las Vegas Strip, and I remember distinctively being on the phone with G, and I don't know if Wiz was on there. When that debut happened, we were like, what in the hell is going on? And when the New Day were coming back, we was like, okay, let's see what happens. When it first happened, I said, all right, I didn't vehemently dismiss it, but I think I said, if I'm not mistaken, I just hope that they're more aggressive, kind of like the Nation. And that's what, we've been conditioned as wrestling fans to expect. Oh, there's a new nation. But then we had a conversation, and we said, you know what, let's give them some time to carve out their identity, carve out their personalities, and wow, like they're just one of the most over groups, like you mentioned. And I think that they'll be able to be at that top to mid card level for a long time, and just keep up the good work. I like what they're putting together.
Yeah, one of the things I recommend anybody who's a fan of the New Day is to check out on WWE Network their Table of Three conversation, where they sit down and they talk about how everything came about. They even addressed they said, yeah, people thought we was going to be like the Nation of Domination. They addressed all this stuff. And one of the things Xavier Woods said, he said he put a lot of stock into it because they had been planning this for so long. They just wanted to work together. Kofi said he felt like his career was getting stagnant. Big E was just going up and down. And Xavier said, he told them, look, if this don't work, y'all can fire me. And clearly he still has a job.
But does he talk about his hair, though?
No, but it was funny tonight. They asked him about that while he was doing color commentary, and he said, "No, it's just Boston. I'm not wasting my hair, nice hairdo for a trash city like Boston." That's like this guy. Then he kept making when Big E and Kofi was out resting, and Lucha Dragons and the Usos were going at it. He said, "In WWE 2K16, when you got to get your stamina up, you got to rest. That's what my guys doing. They're resting right now." And it's just he just does the little stuff, and and he merges like. Clearly he was a geek nerd, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
No.
But in the way that's being embraced,
it's the culture, yeah.
The culture, and he embraces that, and he lets you into his world.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And it's funny. He does it in a good way. His punchlines and everything are good. It's good to see New Day retain. My thing is, at what point do they drop the title into who?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think that's what we'll eventually see. Probably I think they'll drop it before Mania. But okay. What was the program that you mentioned, Brian? The Table of Three, right?
Yeah, Table of Three.
Well, you know what, fellas? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go check that out. In addition, I'll be calling Mike's show tomorrow, Soul and Sports on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM to talk about the environment of UFC 194. And then the good old Wrestling Marks of Excellence show, our staple show, the Foundation flagship. I'll be on there Tuesday. You catch me at Champ Creed on Twitter and at Champ Creed on Instagram. I'll holla at you fellas tomorrow.
Yeah, you better have a table for three yourself. I understand.
Later.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but, New Day is good. The New Day is where they need to be at. WWE is moving in the right direction with the New Day. Keep them rolling and keep them moving.
Yeah, when you have those nights where it's like, oh, it's not going to be, seem like it's going to be a slow night on Raw, they'll be in the main event sometimes. Sometimes they'll open up the show, but you're going to be entertained. And just being in an arena, like they went from being booed when they was trying to be faces, and for all we know, this could have been a plan, to now they're at the point where, New Day rocks is a thing. It trends on Twitter. And this is the reason why, like I said, they are must-see television.
Yeah, they're must-see TV, man. They're better than Santino Morello, being a comedian. These guys are quote-unquote main eventers. Think about it. They was in the ring high mid-carders. Let me put it this way. High mid-carders. They and moving up the ranks because people want to come see New Day. Anytime you got my show saying New Day, you don't want her over. You know what I'm saying? You don't want her over, and you want the kids over. I'm not saying they're good guys or anything, but they're funny. And they know what to do just to make the fans still hate them and not to keep getting cheated. And that's what I love about them.
Yeah. But, man, I know we ain't going to spend too much time. We got Raw tomorrow night. But how about that? The Wyatt family and, defeating the ECW originals. Can't say much surprise here. I know when we did the Survivor Series post-show, Amber, shout out to Amber Rodriguez. Congratulations to her. She's this week she's starting her new career journey. She'll be on soon. So, people, she hasn't left. She just
Yo. You know, it's one of those things. You know, in the WWE, we got to continue to move on. Wyatt family is good. ECW original. There we go. We got you back.
Okay, I guess my headset is dying.
Yeah, you're back. You're back in play. But you know what? But the Wyatt family. It's good to see ECW originals. It's good to see Rhino the Beard. It's good to see the Dudley Boys, and they know they're there for. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're there to beat the Wyatt family. The Wyatt family needs to get over. They need to continue to get over. I love to see the Fireflies. That's the greatest thing. I think the greatest entrance next to the Undertaker's entrance. The Fireflies are great. And the Wyatt family is getting over right now. Let's be honest. Let the young guys continue to get over. People fail to realize that Bray Wyatt was on a losing streak here for a couple months. And so now as he with the Wyatt family, as the family has gotten together and they're tougher and together, they're moving in the right direction. As Jim Ross says all the time on this podcast, if you want to get somebody over, let them keep winning. You know what I'm saying? Let them keep winning. Get on a winning streak. And I'm interested to see what do you do with the Wyatt family now going into WrestleMania season. Do we see all 4 Wyatt family members in the Royal Rumble? You know what I'm saying? Do we see it's just interesting to me right now how the world of professional wrestling is shaping up. The Wyatt family, hey, good for business. Always good for business when you part of the Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt, good for business. We should see a Bray Wyatt chase for the IC title. People fail to realize Bray Wyatt has yet to win a individual title or any title in the WWE. Do we need it? Probably not. But would it be good for us to see? Yes, it will be. You know, and that's the key right there. To see him win the title in the WWE, he has not gotten one yet.
No. Yeah, I think make an intriguing WWE champion when that time comes.
Yeah. WWE champion will be good for him. I mean, my thing is, some people say the IC. You look at it right now. You have one face champion, and that's what I was trying to tell somebody. You couldn't have all your heels. All the heels had the belt going into tonight. You had Kevin Owens IC title heel. You had Sheamus World Heavyweight title heel. You had the tag team title New Day heel. So you had to get a face to have the title, which is Dean Ambrose. Now bring back the Dean Ambrose Bray Wyatt feud for the IC title. Ship Kevin Owens over to Sheamus or whatever case may be, and let it ride.
You see Owens winning the Royal Rumble if Daniel Bryan don't come back, or Brock Lesnar?
I don't see Owens winning. If I wanted to pick somebody to win the Royal Rumble, and I would be a hats off, I would say Taker.
Taker?
I'm gonna say Taker.
I could, huh?
No, go ahead.
No, I just could see the trigger being pulled on Kevin Owens. You know, I looking at it, he's had a fast track, and he's succeeded on every level. First crossover NXT superstar, and I could see them pulling the trigger on him. You know, we know he's a Triple H guy,
yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. It's just I think it might be just like one of the things in Survivor Series. Like, yeah, if he do it, it makes sense. He'd probably be in the Final Four, but he probably won't win it. You know, it'd probably go to a guy like, I mean, it could go to Roman if he's there. You know, but I think hands down, everybody knows who I think should win. That's Daniel Bryan.
But I mean, they're not ready for Roman Reigns to win 2 in a row. That is not going to happen. And that's the only thing that hold Roman back. You don't want to do that, especially with all the heat that he got tonight. You don't want him to win 2 in a row. That would just kill his momentum for him to win again. Brock Lesnar would be a good Royal Rumble winner. Because you want to set up a big match. Your main event, the title, is on the line. It can't be Roman. We already seen Roman and Sheamus here. So you can't do Roman. You want to do Daniel Bryan, maybe. Kevin Owens would be a good fit. But to Kevin Owens, remember, we tried to pack 100,000 people into Texas Stadium. Is that a match, Sheamus and Kevin Owens, that will put people in their seats?
I don't think Sheamus and anybody will pack 100,000 people.
I think Sheamus and Brock Lesnar would.
What?
I think people want to see Brock Lesnar and Sheamus.
I agree. Brock is Brock. You know, Brock is Brock, but I don't know.
I think Brock Lesnar and Sheamus, and people will still be happy. I tell you one thing nobody wants to see, and Mike Knox always says it, and I don't think we're ever going to get it. And I think I said this to somebody else earlier, and I think it was the Wizard who was talking. I think we get Undertaker Cena. I really do. I'm not saying that because people have been talking about it. This is one of the last few times, think about it, that you can get it. If you don't get it this year, I don't think it ever happens. Don't care about Sting and The Undertaker. For what? What could you possibly put in that storyline to make it intriguing?
I think just the staples alone is like Kevin Garnett versus Kobe Bryant the other night. Just the Kobe Bryant versus Tim Duncan. Just the staples alone.
And nobody watched those two games.
Somebody watched them, just don't watch.
Somebody watched them, but I'm saying
no, but the one with Duncan was on ESPN, so it was featured.
And which I know this is not a basketball show, and I want to get somebody something for free. Why is nobody talking about the San Antonio Spurs, who also has 20 wins? I'm just saying, the only other team in the NBA with 20 wins, and nobody talks about them
because they're boring. They've been boring for 20. They've been boring since Duncan's been there. Let's face it, they're boring. They are famous.
They are boring tonight, man.
But I tell you this, I was telling Hugh earlier. Shout out to Hugh listening in. Sheamus, this new Sheamus has kind of been, I've been liking him, loving to hate him rather than not wanting to see him on my TV. The Sheamus 515 stuff is funny, so I have to go on record and say, I couldn't stand him, didn't want to be champion, still don't. But when he's on TV, I don't throw up. I will watch.
But he's the best, and people argue about it. I see it on people's Twitter page and feeds. Sheamus right now is the best person that you can have this title on.
He's the best available. I agree.
Best available person you can put this title on.
I agree, unless it's Triple H.
Yeah, if you don't put it on Sheamus right now, we don't have the League of Nations. And I can personally see the League of Nations winning some shape, somehow, having all the belts.
I was thinking that. I was thinking, but I love the fact they didn't throw Owens in there because it would kill everything he talks about, saying nothing else matters. I'm the only thing that matters. I'm history myself. So I was happy about that, but I don't want to see Wade Barrett as another Intercontinental Champion because right now he's like on Razor Ramon status.
Yeah, you don't want to see Wade, but I'd rather see him tag team champ. Give him the tag team titles. Give him and Rusev the tag team title. Some way they end up facing New Day. But what I'm interested to see is how Monday night play out. What kind of punishment Roman Reigns gets.
Well, Triple H is being evaluated for injury. WWE on their Instagram post showed him getting in the ambulance, of course. And
which means add to my point, Triple H will be out for a while, leading to the Royal Rumble. He'll come back, maybe get a match at Royal Rumble. The other one is Fastlane, which is right after the Royal Rumble. And then after Fastlane, we are in WrestleMania. We're already in WrestleMania season, as I say. You don't have to wait till Royal Rumble to understand that you're in WrestleMania season. We'll see how you still got to go to the Tribute to the Troops and all the other shows that's going on because of the holidays. But the Royal Rumble is coming up. And we said it, 30-man Royal Rumble. This Royal Rumble, and I'm going to keep saying it until something changes, is wide open.
Last year I think we all knew, as much as I know personally, as much as I didn't want it to happen, I knew Roman Reigns was going to win it. The year before that, as much as I didn't want it to happen, when Batista came back, I knew he was going to win it. The year before that, everybody knew John Cena was going to win. And the year before that, we all knew Sheamus was going to win. So this is a wide open Royal Rumble, and those are the best ones, bottom line. But like I said, hopefully we'll get that surprise entry, DB, and hopefully he wins it.
Definitely.
If you can pull it up, that's the thing that's missing in wrestling a lot of times. I understand with dirt sheets, everybody got a camera phone. When they want to keep something a secret, they can. And that's what I want to see. I want to see the secrets kept.
Yeah, and we know Rumble, we always get mystery people. We got Bubba Ray last year.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a big secret. Nobody knew, no dirt sheet knew, nobody. Bubba Ray was a big secret. So that's one of the things that I like about the Rumble. WWE knows how to keep secrets when they want to.
Yeah. Now, before we close out, we gotta look forward, man. This weekend, this Wednesday, I know you'll probably be at football practice, and I'll probably, get ready to get home. Hopefully, you got WWE NXT Takeover in London.
London, yeah.
And will we see a new NXT champion, Samoa Joe? He's already made Finn Balor tap and make him pass out, rather. And he's been beating him down. Will he become NXT champion?
I'm gonna go on record and say no.
Okay.
I'm just going on record and say that I think Finn Balor wins. One for a reason, Joe doesn't need it. Joe likes to be. What would they do to Joe's career? Nothing. Unless Finn Balor's getting ready to get called up, there's no need for Joe to be the NXT champion. Dude, can they put on a good series of matches? Sure. And that's what I want to see. I want to see good series of matches, not just one and dones. Good series of matches. Let Joe chase a little bit. Let Joe be the monster down at NXT. Be happy with the date to, get the job done. I think.
I'll go opposite with that. I'd rather see Samoa Joe win it and let Finn Balor chase to get it back. Not, and that be the series. Just to kind of give him some more, like, it's hard coming after Kevin Owens. Seeing what Kevin Owens did is the same thing that they had in Ring of Honor when Owens was the Ring of Honor champion, and he took the company here, and then you had to kind of reprogram the audience. So I wouldn't mind seeing Finn Balor chase and get his belt back.
Right. Good chase. I think will be a great match. The match that everybody wants to see. In London, they're doing well while they're on the European tour, the NXT European tour. They're doing great things over there, so it'd be great to see. I'm just interested to see the match itself. We got to look out there. You got to realize you still have, and this is the name I forgot. Sami Zayn is still out there. You still have Hideo Itami who's out there. So you had Neville who's bouncing back and forth kind of a little bit down there. So we still have some names if Finn does lose and Joe does keep the title. Got some names to chase Joe. We got some guys that Joe can beat. You still got Corbin Baron out there. Baron Corbin out there who can still fight Joe. They're just coming off a feud with Joe. So you got a lot of it can shake some things up down at NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's gonna be interesting. I think it's real cool that they're going. When they go do these overseas shows, they do them live from their time. It was pretty cool waking up 6 o'clock in the morning to watch the one that was in Japan. This was going to be 3 o'clock, and, I love how they sold it. Get your permission to stay home from school, or if you can't leave work, pull out your phone, get on the network. A lot of times that's how I watch the first set of takeovers anyway, right on the network while I was at work. So,
yeah, I think WWE's getting it now because when they first came out with the network, that was my idea for a commercial. You got a kid who's sick from school because he wanted to watch the network. You got a dad who's out mowing the lawn and the network's on. Instead of going in the house and stop mowing the lawn, he just pulls out his phone and attaches it to the lawnmower or something like that. Or that mom who she's baking something in the kitchen or cooking in the kitchen or doing whatever they do, washing clothes, whatever, and she got the network sitting on top of her in her laundry room watching the network. To show everybody the network is accessible everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was an idea I wanted WWE to do. Now they're using it a little bit, because of the things that you just said. But that's how convenient the network is. I tell the story to everybody. I watched a pay-per-view, a part of a pay-per-view last year, Money in the Bank, on an airplane because of the network. In an airport because of the network. So WWE Network is here to stay, and I love it.
I remember driving. That was the one that with Roman Reigns, and the 4-way match. Is that the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember driving back to Connecticut that night, and when I was living out there, and told my wife the plan was she was supposed to drive so I could watch the pay-per-view, but of course it didn't happen that way, and she ended up she was watching it and telling me the results. So. That's the cool thing. You look at different companies. You got Fox Sports Go. You got other watch apps for different companies, and you can watch the NBA Finals or the MLB World Series on the go. So why not? Like you said, WWE's getting it. But that's gonna be all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Glenn, any final thoughts?
No, final thoughts is this. If you're not a Redskin fan, you should be. They still no one in the NFC East. Kirk Cousins broke the streak of him throwing an interception and the Redskins are losing. So I can't tweet that out anymore. Not for real, but for real, for all you wrestling fans out there, wrestling is, as I said it, wrestling closes its pay-per-view doors for the WWE on a high note for 2015. If we learned anything from this year, what you should have learned is allow storylines to play out. We had the New Day. Nobody wanted to see that, and now they top of the company. We had Roman Reigns being booed, and now he cheered. We had Sheamus, who's nowhere to be seen for a while, and now he's a World Heavyweight Champion. So this WWE is entertainment. Love it. Enjoy your holidays, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my final thoughts for the night. I'm not going to talk football because not one but both of my teams got blown out. So, yes, you will hear me go on record and say, and this for business, not pleasure, that I'm rooting for the Washington Redskins to go into the playoffs, make a deep run into the playoffs. Yes, I said that. I can't believe I just said that. Nonetheless, Roman Reigns finally giving me what I've been wanting, and that's him being aggressive, him showing that ruthless aggression side of him that is there, and I want to see it elevate each week and each day in and day out. I don't want to hear him talking about tater tots. I just want to see him swinging chairs and delivering Superman punches. And the bottom line is WWE's pay-per-view is on a high note, but if they didn't stick Daniel Bryan in the ring with Sheamus, it could have ended on an even higher note. So going into 2016, that is who I want to see return and become and get a legitimate run at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So, folks, until next week, I'm Brian H. Waters. He is Glenn Thomas, and we'll catch you next week.
Good night.